Okay, turn off the Irish music. Don't want to get done for, you know. Hello, to be sure, I don't have a green Irish scarf. I don't. Oh my goodness. So I don't even have a little leprechaun hat. Oh my goodness. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. How are you all? Well, I know it's still the 16th in the US, so, for tomorrow, a bit later on, happy St. Paddy's Day. And I do think it will be time to bring out my Celtic tarot. Let's see, where is it? Oh, there's the Druid tarot. I know I have a Celtic deck. Ghost tarot. Sacred Circle. No, I have a Celtic tarot deck. I know I do. I'll find it in a few minutes. Anyway, I hope everyone's going okay and all dancing jigs and everything else that you do with St. Paddy's Day. And yeah, I know the Irish pubs will be firing up all around the place. And that is really cool. I haven't been to a St. Patrick's Day and an Irish pub in years, since well before I met James and got married. Yeah, but absolutely great atmospheres all around in those places. They go off, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah. So, hello to all my lovely lurkers. Bit of housekeeping. Memberships are now open. It's just one rate for all members, and you get during the weekdays, Monday to Friday, I do every evening, my time, I do a 10-minute hot topics video. So touching on some of the hotter topics of the day, I'm going to be trying to look a bit more globally as well for some of those. When I do recorded videos, I'll put them out a day or so earlier than people who aren't members, so you get to see them before other people. And once a month, I'm going to have a in-person chat on Zoom, or I'll sort it out. The first one's going to be next Friday, so it's going to be the last Friday of every month. So next Friday evening US, which is Saturday morning for me. Hi Ewok, hi Kristen, hi Oline, hi Linda B. So if you want to join, there's a whole set of badges up to the 12-month mark. And when you get a 12-month mark, you get a badge with me on it. Okay, will Putin go scorched earth in the Ukraine? And yeah, so, and the other questions is what country Putin will go after next if he's allowed to get away with the Ukraine. Moldova's popped into my head. So will he go after Moldova next? Quite warm. Hey, sweetie. It's quite warm. Hello to all my lovely lurkers. You guys are always out there. Yeah, sweetie. Could you do the aircon, please? It just gets too warm in this corner without it. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you have to close the back door. Will, if he's successful with Ukraine, will he go after Moldova next? Is someone going to off Putin? He's in. There's contracts have been put out, but I don't see that happening. So, he's being very secretive, and he's working behind the scenes with the moon. But there's definitely, plans to go after more countries, at least 2 more countries. I do think Moldova might be one of them. Will Moldova be the Northern Canada territories? Interesting question. He will go after the next non-NATO country that has a lot of resources. So, much to my shame, I really only know about about Ukraine when it comes to resources. I don't know what Georgia has to offer. I don't know what Moldova has to offer and all that. But yeah, he's definitely got his. Of course, he wants to expand, and and he's corruption embodied, the embodiment of corruption. Yeah. I think that's a confirmation of it. He's got his sights on at least 3 more countries. I do feel Moldova might be one of them. They'll be non-NATO because he's suicidal, basically. Interesting question about the will he go scorched earth on Ukraine? What's the saying? When your enemy goes to ground, leave no ground left. Leave them no ground to go to, or something like that. Will he go scorched earth? I'm getting pictures of like some parts. Yeah, let's have a look. There's definitely some parts. Yes. For some reason, I'm getting agriculture. So just try and destroy the ground. Just trying to destroy the ground in the agriculture-rich areas. With the I've got the 9 of Pentacles here for that. But he's being a bit cautious about that because he's got people to feed. Not that he gives a shit, but he wants to put on a good face. Hi, Bonnie Russell, Aline. Hi, Patricia Francino. Hi. What did I say? Hello, my dear. So he certainly would if he could, but he knows he needs those areas. So what, is he going to go for cities? Yeah, he'd prefer to go to the industrial areas that provide a lot of tools and stuff. Lay those areas flat. It's harder to rebuild buildings and factories than it is to replant ground. Yeah. And another question Kirsten from Uncover the News asked is, will he try for the Canadian territories? I'm getting pretty much no because, Canada, NATO, it's also part of the Commonwealth, so Britain would step in there, and if he went for the Canadian territories. Hi, Michelle Peterson. Oh. I think he's listening to instinct there, and the question to that would be pretty much no. Not full-on invasion, but has he sent little scouting troops into even Alaska? Hi, Cardamancy. Catherine Stubbs. Yeah, I think he has sort of set a few covert little forays into there. Yeah, Ambassador McFall, yeah. Let's have a look. Is this true? Are the heads of the Russian banks falling apart? So stepping back. I've got the Six of Cups, stepping back. It's a real step back on the economy. Yeah, because the banks are failing. Yes, they are, and it's the result. Hi, Michelle Mabel. Hello, my dear. Mm-hmm. Michelle Mabel is green. You'll see that because she joined me. And yeah, but the devil has to be paid his due. That's true. Rolanda Baker. Hello. Celtic Seer, hello. Oh, that's an interesting thing. Uncover the News has said the Biden administration is considering removing Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps from their terror blacklist. Is this true? Will they do it? Oh, thank heavens. I've been waiting to sneeze all morning. My sinus has been playing up like crazy. And normally on the mornings I do, I have this 5-minute gong thing, and it just gong, and it gets longer between each gong and the resonance. And I only got like in 2 gongs today, and I started to feel sick, and I knew exactly what it was. It was from my friggin' sinus. So let's see. Will they do it? Look, they're considering it. But they just have to make sure it's not a step backwards, but it would be a transition. So possibly probationary for a short period, see what happens. Yeah, there's definitely some consideration about it. Transition, resources. I think they might have some conditions on doing that, but they are considering it, and they might do it. Hey, Whippy. Hi, Geek. And everyone, bit of housekeeping. You may have seen the short video I put up. Memberships are now open. It's just one price. It's just one price. I thought the badge I put up there would come on immediately, but it must be. So I think I've got a badge I can put on for when you join. So I'll go and have a look at that. Michelle Mabel's a member, and she's got that S there, but I thought there should be a badge attached to that. So I'll go and look at that a bit later. But there's badges you can get right up in month, 2 months, 6 months, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Now, MTG issues a statement tonight against help for the Ukraine. Says both sides are at fault. You know what? I'm not even going to address her. Let's just put it at she's, as far as I know, she's against sanctions against Russia, isn't she? As well, so she doesn't want to sanction Russia, but she doesn't want to help Ukraine either. Oh, Geek, thank you, my darling. Thank you. I thought I had a badge put in there for when you joined, so I'll go and have a look at that later. I can see that you came up all green as new member, and of course it's St. Paddy's Day, so yeah. Mm-hmm. You are an official foot printer. That's what you become. You become an official foot printer. and I will try. And you also get members only posts as well, and you get to see my videos that I'm going to be doing more of them a day early, and every weekday, Monday to Friday. I do it during the evening my time, which is the morning your time. Monday to Friday, every weekday, I do a 10-minute hot topic video that gets posted in. So, yeah. I should make it though, it turns purple. We'll see. Kremlin emoji names Tucker Carlson as yes, I saw that story. How much poop is he in because of that? How much poop is Tucker Carlson in? What a naughty word. Poop, poop, poop. Yeah. I should have printed up a shamrock and cut it out. Hi, Greg. How are you, my dear? I hope you're feeling better. How's Clara? I've got to ask after Clara. Is she okay? Is she good? And I hope you're working on her story. You should write that down. Slovakia has preliminarily agreed. I think that might be how they're going to get around with Soviet era. Because is Slovakia in NATO? How much poop is Tucker Carlson in? Let's have a look. How much poop is, I mean, this is really, it is, it's not like he doesn't know what he's doing or he's doing it. Tokyo Rose was blamed and she was eventually cleared because she was doing basically putting such a ridiculous slant on it that she had the opposite effect. She was making people laugh. And so she was eventually cleared. She was in an impossible situation and she did her best to make. But Lord Haw Haw was the English equivalent. He was not cleared. And now we have Tucker. So, Huckums, how much trouble is he going to be in because of his broadcast? Yeah. Oh, there's a building momentum. Like he's losing control of this chariot that he's built. Whitby, come on. He's stoking dissent. And he enjoys it. But he's going to have quite a few things coming at him. The network is too. Whitby, Kremlin Carson, yeah. Is he going to end up out of a job? Oh, I've got yes. Hi, Patricia Roma. Watching a few minutes before bedtime. Yeah. She wants me to write and tell her story. She has entrusted me with it. I see her smiling at you. Oh, that's lovely. She's, yeah, absolutely wonderful, wonderful person. What an entertainer. I'm just wondering if it's true she was the model for Betty Boop. I can't remember, but there's, yeah. And if she was, I wonder how she feels about it. I love Betty Boop myself, but, you know. There's definitely going to be consequences and financial consequences for him. King of Pentacles. His financial stability is at jeopardy. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be right. And yeah, I can just imagine, I can just name 4 or 5 of them, but I'm not even going to bother. Why bother, hey? The comment, for those who can't see it, is 16 House Republicans vote against the bill to promote education on internment camps of Japanese Americans. Yep. Facepalm. Pat Robinson. Oh, we all, the beloved Pat Robinson. Yeah. Facepalm Pat, we'll call him. Slams Biden for not threatening to launch nukes against Russia. Okay, right. The sanctions have cut off his reports. Yeah, true. Okay. I'm going to bring up the news feed. I had it up earlier on finances. The US Federal Reserve, of course, have raised interest rates by another 0.25%, and they're warning 6 more rate rises this year. Oh my dear, oh my goodness. I've just noticed something. A headline here, and I'll read it in a minute. But first, what is the economy in the United States going to look like this year? What should people do? What can people do in the US this year with the predicted 6 more rate rises before the end of the year, leading up to possibly 2 percentage points? What can people do in the US? Yeah, she was the real ice basis for Betty Boop. Yeah, I thought so. Whitby! Whitby, darling! Here, good little boy. Hi, Spirit Beyond the Stars. Okay. So, what can the Americans do? What can everyday Americans do to help ride out this year with another 6 more rate rises predicted, leading up to overall rate rises of 1.75 to 2%, which is what I read in the story. King of Cups. Okay. Stability is very important here. Okay. Emotional stability. So it's really, really important that looking after your mental health is really important. It can be high. Hi, Sheila. Angel Feather, how are you? Sweetie, you be a good boy. I'll bring him in to say hello after I do this reading. But it's really, really important. So we've got the King of Cups. And this isn't Biden. I never got Biden for this. But looking after your mental health, it is really important. There's going to be several crossroads here where you can make decisions that help or hinder. So you have to be really, really careful when it's time for you, wherever you are, to make some vital vital decisions. You know, do you hang on to that old banger and keep having to get it fixed, or do you replace it with something else, not necessarily brand new, but something more reliable, which will cut down on costs? But then there's petrol, there's, you know, is it the time to buy or to do it, improvements on your house? Do you sell? Do you not? It's going to be really vitally important that you do your homework. And that is the Two of Swords, that it's a crossroads swords, vital decision swords, weighing up possibilities. So every big step you take, really be careful. Then we've got the King of Wands. There are a lot of organizations, and this is the King of Wands, and I'm seeing this as the compassionate king. And if you need to, don't be afraid to reach out to those people. Don't be a case of pride before the fall. And, you know, people aren't going to judge you if you need to reach out for a little bit of help. And if you, and I know everyone, all people who watch myself and other readers, you're all very compassionate and loving people. And you are, like so many, a geek who are ready to reach out and lend a hand to those in need, you know. So high human generic, be prepared for some chaos. The next card is the Knight of Swords. And what I'm reading on is what sort of thing can you do this year with predicted 6 more interest rate hikes? You know, it's been put up overnight by 1/4 percentage point, but overall the hikes are predicted to reach up to between 1.75 and 2 percentage points by the end of the year. So what can you do? Be prepared for a bit of chaos in some areas, but also charging out and charging in without thinking is not very good. And this leads back to the really important weighing up all sides of important decisions. The Knight of Swords can be very impulsive as well. So be careful too with impulse buying. We all do it. Maybe spend a little bit where we shouldn't have and stuff. Because it helps us get through. So, and compare everything too. I'm getting drawn back to that Two of Swords. Compare everything. Compare one shop to another if you have to. You know, often you can set up so you can do click and collect deliveries for nothing. It depends. And at least here in Australia, I don't know how it works in the US. So you could do maybe spread your shopping out around 3 different things. As long as they're not too far, you can get click and collect. Like if they're close in a precinct, you can just zip around. But if they're too far apart, of course, then it's not worth it. But really compare your shopping. Conflict. Chaotic time. Look, this conflict is, just be aware that this conflict is going to have longer lasting, even once it's finished, and it will finish. This thing with Russia and Ukraine, it will finish. But there's still going to be the after effects are going to be felt for a while. So don't expect all of the effects from this conflict, economic effects, to just disappear. They won't. Some will, but others won't. So and also don't fall for bullshit. This was on the bottom. You know, oh, you can get this interest free for so long and then you won't have to this, that, the other. And just be prepared for it to be very, very hard to get some things for quite a long time. There might be, like at the moment, I wanted to buy 3 dozen eggs yesterday, but I could only get 2 because eggs are getting scarce here. You know? So some restrictions coming into place with some things. Will it all be okay in the end? Now, this is just for this year, and this is stuff you can do to help you get through. Will it all be okay in the end? Will the economy settle down? 2, 3. Yes, there will be talks with different countries and other and talks between the government and different countries and the government and manufacturers and suppliers of goods. I've got the 8 of Cups here, which is searching out in new directions. I think it's like abandoning old suppliers of something and looking in new directions. So it will take a while, and it could be a different direction. But yeah, it's going to be a cautious path, but it will be okay. You see the hermit there, he's on this very narrow pathway and he's got sheer drop-offs in either way. So he's very cautious and he's taking his time and he's shining the lamp to look all around him. So yeah, be cautious, but be hopeful and do your research in everything you buy, whether it's deciding you're going to go to this shop or that shop to do your groceries, or if you don't have a choice between brands, all that sort of stuff. And big decisions, think carefully about big decisions. Hi, Joji. Now, who's joined while I've been doing that reading? Joji. Crazy Cat Lady Farley, hello. Human Generic, I think I said hello. Judy Malley, hello. Patricia Francino, hello. Hello, all of you. Hi. Hello to all my lovely lurkers. As I said earlier, memberships are open now. If you want to become a member, it's just one price. There's no different tiers. And, you know, so, yeah. And you can go and it's $3.99 a month. So, yeah. Yes, St. Paddy's Day. Hi, Running Sloth. Oh, wow. She'll be delivered on St. Patrick's Day. Lily Aurora. They've already named her. She'll have the luck of the Irish with her all through life. Okay. Now, I saw this headline. And I'm not going to read the story, but I'm going to read the headline. Trump cuts ties with Pence, calling him a human conveyor belt and ruling him out as a 2024 running mate. Why, I wonder? Why? And let's have a look. Yeah, Omicron BA2. Yeah. 25% of the new cases here in Western Australia are BA2. So why is Trump doing this? Let's see. Because Pence spoke the truth. We all know that the greatest crime you can do against Trump is speak the truth about the 2020 election. And he didn't. And Pence spoke the truth when he said he did not have the power to overturn the results. So Trump has decided it is time for a parting of the ways because Pence has no place in Trump's new dominion. Pence didn't defend him. He didn't do the right thing. So, of course, you cross Trump. There are consequences, and you make sure you pay. So, of course, that's why. How does Pence feel about this tragic turn of events? How does Pence feel about this tragic turn of events? That Trump has cut ties with him. Arlene, thank you for joining. Thank you so much, my dear. How does Pence feel about this tragic parting of the ways? I'm getting about bloody time. Relief. Relief. He's just happy he's gone. It's like, yeah. He's a bit worried that any campaign he decides to launch might be having trouble getting money, that there'll be a stop of money. But he's more relieved than he is worried about that because he knows it could affect any campaign contributions. Wow. Here's, of course, the Republican Party. It's like the words that went through my head is he's about ready. He's about done with the Republican Party anyway, so he's not really worried. Is that really true? At least Republicans who side with Trump. Is that really true? Is Pence really done with the Republican Party? He's looking for newer and better ideas, and he doesn't seem to think that they're going to come out of the Republican Party as they are. How big are his worries about money? Yeah, he is worried that there's going to be a struggle for him if he decides to jump back into the campaign arena and run for something. He does feel emotionally a lot better. So he's basically proceed with caution. He's gone into that mode. So he's really going to be thinking every step he takes and stuff. Yeah, a friend of mine tried to join on her phone yesterday and the join button wasn't working. So if you're on your cell phone and you do want to join, you're probably better off waiting till you add a PC or something. So she couldn't get the join button to come up. Hang on a minute, guys. Optimization. I'm just looking at something very quickly. Branding. I'll go and have a look later. Badges and emotion. Yeah. No, that's not it. Yeah, so new members should come up with a new member badge, but yeah. Hang on, wrong one. Hi, Kathy W. So you should have a badge there, but I don't know what's going on with that. So I'll have a look. You should come up with a new member badge. So, yeah, and I'll sort out the emojis later. Rump is being charged for collecting campaign money without officially declaring he is a candidate. Really? Is that true? Let's have a look. Is Trump being charged? The hanging man. Well, things are about to get topsy-turvy for him. Suspension and everything. Thank you, Judy Malley. Yeah. Read on Putin's yacht getting confiscated in Spain. I will. So, absolutely. The devil, yeah. So it's just more of his normal grift. He gets money from people and he turns their back on them. And yeah, the devil's going to have to be paid his dues. So there is going to be more stuff coming out about that. Okay, Putin's yacht getting seized in Spain. Oh, let's have a look at that. Definitely. Let's look at that. Too bad he wasn't on it at the time. Hi, Renee. I got a very interesting, did a very interesting reading yesterday, and got a 4-card answer. But if you want to know about it, you'll have to join because I'll be posting the picture of the cards and what I got from the reading in the comments for members only. So tease. Okay, Putin's yacht being seized. Ah, thank you, Anne. Anne H. Running Sloth. Let's see. Spain seized his yacht. Oh, yeah. They did. They've been very active. They've been getting a lot of the oligarch shots as well. What's going to happen? I get defeat. What's going to happen in defeat? Because I'm just going to say, what's going to happen with these yachts eventually? Are they going to get sold? Are they going to be change? And I'm thinking this is change of ownership. I said, are they going to get sold? And this is the Wheel of Fortune change. And I'm thinking this is change of ownership. And where will the money go to the Ukraine? Some, but not all. Page of Swords. There's going to be a real fight over where the money goes, but it's going to be more like disappointment. It's the Page of Swords with some disappointment. So not all of it will go to Ukraine, but will some of it go to the people of Russia? Six of Wands, yes. And I don't think Ukraine would have a huge problem with that. While it would, I think a lot of people would like to see it all go to Ukraine. A lot of the people of Russia they've been ripped off for years and years, and they deserve some of the. But in what way? Will it go through trust funds? Will it go through? It's going to be really interesting. I think it's going to take a while to sort out what will happen with that money. Will it have to go through the international court? Yes. So it's all going to go to the international court. Hi, Marie Henson. And the decisions to be made on what will happen with these seized assets. They get sold, blah, blah, blah. But yeah. I mean, but you know what? You can sell every one of those oligarchs' yachts. And yes, you can get $2-3 billion. That's not going to go any way really towards restoring things. Hey, sweetie. Brittany Higgins and her partner's Twitter account shut down following warning from courts. What's going on there? Brittany Higgins, a young woman who used to work at Parliament House, and she has, there's a case because I have to say the word allegedly. She was allegedly raped by a Liberal staffer. They've been shut down following a warning from Australian Capital Territory Chief Justice. The case could be jeopardised by excessive public commentary. I think that's a pretty standard thing. Oh, Andrew Bolt. Yeah, well. Well, this afternoon, lawyers for the accused man asked for a permanent stay on this case. No trial ever, arguing with all this publicity how could he possibly get a fair trial? Well, that is not going to happen. So, will the man, who's never been named, get his way? The thing is that, no, very chaotic. There will be a resolution in this case. But it sparked an even bigger inquiry, and more stories came out about some pretty disgusting behaviour by especially male staffers in Parliament House. And they weren't all Liberal. Apparently some were Labor as well and stuff. And, pretty nasty culture there. Nasty things being done on female MPs' death. Yeah. I've just seen a headline here. Congressional bills would ban tech mergers over $5 billion. No fan of big techs. Will this pass? It's Anti-Competitive Mergers Act. Will it pass? And honestly, yeah, sometimes will it pass? Yes. So this will stop big tech companies from merging, from doing mergers that are worth over $5 billion. So there is still some things to be worked out with the Two of Pentacles. It is going to be quite a legacy because, you know, highlighting the dark side of what can happen if, you know, these things happen. It's a very wise piece of legislation down the line. And I'm getting, yes, it probably will pass, but there's still a little bit of work to do. There's still a little bit of clarification needed, but it's still going to take a bit of time. Well, these are tech merchants, so yeah. So it's to stop big companies like Lockheed Martin since abandoned attempt to buy Aerojet, Amazon's proposed buyout, their buyout of MGM. They did buy out MGM in the end. Hi, Fern Robin Blank. And things like that. So Microsoft activations, the Microsoft Activision deal, which was $68.7 billion. Even Google's planned buyout of Mandiant is $5.4 billion. So it's, yeah, things like that. I'm just going to get up and stretch my legs for just a tick, okay, and I'll be back. Do Putin and the oligarchs have money stashed in Panama and Bahama banks? The ops are trying to hand down there too. Yeah, they do. But yeah, they'd be enough to keep them comfortable, but not in the, set them right back to where they were. And it will be hard to get that money if they try to do it. Mm-hmm. Sweetie. Bye. No, I'll leave that for later today. Get stuck into my study work. Okay. Would you like to come in and say hello?
He's been a bit whiny today.
He was before. He settled down a little bit. Come here, Bubba.
He settled into a throaty growl that the other dog said. Is he in grown to an Alsatian like they said it? Hey, little wolf.
Hey. Come say hello. I promised to glimpse it. Look, say hello, everybody. Say hello. Hey, it's little.
It's just a pup. It's going to be no fun.
James is saying he's just a pup.
Growing into a big old station.
He's 11 years old. No, 12, 13. 13 years old this year.
But he is still a pup, isn't he? In every way. Might be old. Still behavable. Really sad.
So, yeah. Tiananmen Square processed by a client in Queens, New York. Oh, my goodness. Everyone's saying hello.
Hey guys. Things okay wherever you are?
And I've had quite a few people join, sweetie. So can you send them a special thank you for joining the membership? Yeah.
Thanks everybody.
That's really nice.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
People
You
join.
might even get to see a picture of his hand.
You got members.
Yes.
Sweet.
That is sweet. I thank you. Quite a few people have joined this morning. Thank you so much. So, money in the Bahamas and trying to hide their not, and in Panama. Yeah, they're going to be very, very hard to get. They're going to be very protective of those. Craig Dixon says, hello, sir. You can call him James. Michelle McBell calls him her internet hubby. That's very respectful. Thank you, Craig, for referring to him as sir. That's lovely. No, they're not going to. That was actually quite a bit of a smart move because it's going to be quite hard if they ever can get money out of the Bahamas. Was it Bermuda or the Bahamas? One of them recently became a republic, and Panama, no, very hard to get things out of Panama. Hi, Aleph. There's about 26. But apparently, he's like, yes, he is like Wilson from the Tim Allen show. from Home Improvement, yeah. I do liken him to that. Yeah. Judy Malley, thank you. So yeah, it's going to be hard to get money out of them. I don't think that. So yeah, they will, unfortunately. Yeah, there were 26 oligarchs. Here's a little dose of joy.
Oh God, we got hosed. Okay, here you go. Very hot, very strong.
Something joyful came out of it. You know, can never get hosed if something joyful comes out of it. It's just a reminder that, yeah, sometimes you get taken for a bit of a ride, but you know what? Sometimes you've got to take a bit of a chance and see what happens. This little fella cost us $30, but you know what? We love him. We love his grumpy morning mood. This is me. This is James in the morning. This is me, hopefully, all the time. He's like Thing from the Addams Family. Yeah. Private? No, they can't. There's Puerto Rico. Yeah. There's but there were 26 oligarchs. Apparently, this is unfounded. A couple of, according to Linda G, taken not so accidental dive out of a window. So yeah. Hi Pamela Bryant. Oh, I've got to show you. This has been in the bedroom for ages. I got it a couple of years ago, and it's my little Zen garden with the mix of black and white dirt and stuff. And I redid it this morning, and I put my nebula rock in there. Those of you who've been with me for a while, you'll know about my nebula rock. I got a rock painting kit. I bought myself a rock painting kit at Christmas for a little treat, and it's got all the metallic stuff on it, and it's got 4 rocks, and I've painted one, and my nebula rock, I call it. I didn't feel like putting patterns on this one. They're just the surface and the dips and the curves, and I painted it, and it was inspired by the Horsehead Nebula and all those wonderful photos of the nebula. So the nebula rocks join that as well, and I think it's very lovely. And I was just running my hand through the dirt as well. Of course, some of it gets heavy, but it's so fine and lovely, and it was really, really pretty. Of course, if you want a reading, if anyone wants a reading, I'll bring up the banner with my email on it. And I sometimes get comments, oh, I'd like to send you something and stuff, which is very, very sweet. I'm in Australia, so posting things to Australia is horrendous cost and stuff. So if you do want to do send me something, an Amazon gift card or something. But otherwise, yes. But I do have a postal address as well, and that's in the comments section. But, yeah. But yeah, that way, just if I have gotten the odd comment, oh, I'd like to send you something and stuff, and I don't want to, such a big cost to post things from America. And, I've got a bit of hair here that's here. It's driving me nuts. It's sticking out in this little curl. I trimmed my hair a bit the other day, and now look, this is sticking out. It's driving me nuts. I'll get rid of it later. You can feel me going, I'm going to get rid of it now. All of those who are new, you just thank you firstly for joining, for subscribing and joining. But one of my biggest the theme of my channel is embrace chaos. I'll be back in 30 seconds. It's just driving me bananas. Seeing that girl sticking out. Oh my goodness. Yep, here's me, and anything can and does happen. It's gone. That curl is gone. Hi, Greta. How are you, my dear? I love you all so much. You are so patient with some of the silly things that happen on this channel and some of the unexpected things that happen on this channel. But yeah, you have more funny MP3 files. Yeah. And my Saturday morning for me, Friday night, once a month, get-togethers. Probably be at the moment. I'll have to limit them to about half an hour to 35 minutes. But we'll see. I'll see what different things are available to do it with. Okay, so yeah, you're human. I'm human. No, I'm not. Who told you that? I'm thinking it might just be I'll work it out. And it's going to be on the last Friday night US time every month. It said if you're here in Australia, it'll be a Saturday morning, but it'll be last Friday night every month, face to face with me. So yeah. So, and the first one, if you remember, it will be next Friday night. So I'm thinking, set next Saturday morning, my time, next Friday night, your time. So I'll let you know what time and put the link up that you'll need to join it. Okay. And it'll be in the members only comments. And happy birthday, Greta. Is it your birthday? Wow, happy birthday. Yes, Disney employees and a judge among 108 that were arrested in Florida in a sting operation aiming to catch sex traffickers, predators. Oh my goodness. Wow. Let's go back. Okay, who's got questions? Got about 20 minutes or so. Come on. Can't hit me. Hit me. Don't make me go to the news feed. Can bounty hunters repo the yachts in Panama? I suppose they could, but go in and grab them. I guess there could be any number of people who could go in and try and grab them, but you're a bit of a dangerous exercise. But will there be some efforts, some off-the-book efforts to grab the yachts? Getting the money out of the banks might be a bit more difficult, but will there be some off-the-books efforts to try and grab the yachts from the place like the Bahamas and Panama? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, definitely quid pro quo. You go in and get the boats, will give you 100,000 grand or whatever. But it would definitely be very much off the books, very much a sneaky strategy. Yeah. Let's put it this way. There would not be officially sanctioned. I don't think they send in even the most secretive of troops to do it. But there's a lot of security companies out there. Oh, look what was found floating outside of the international waters. We've seized it. Oh, I wonder how it got unmoored and floated out this far. Oh, look, it's a yacht. It's an oligarch yacht. Oh, so we better take it into custody then. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you too, MK Karen. Let's have a look at some of the other headlines. Now, I don't know if any of you missed Tuesdays. Tuesday was the 15th of March, the Ides of March. We went through a whole list of people to see what the Ides of March had in store for them. So if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Where's my little notebook? So I can read some of the names. Anyway, it was, I think, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Trump, Putin, Matt Gaetz, quite a few others as well. Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, Abbott, the Texas governor. Yeah. The government vows to stop Russian oligarchs abusing British courts. So this is the UK. Okay. Did she have, was she a bit fond of you in a past life, was she? The government has vowed to stop Russian oligarchs abusing the courts to silence critics with a series of reforms too. Prime Minister Boris Johnson promised to tackle what he describes as the chilling effect of a new kind of lawfare being used by super rich who can afford to threaten legal action against journalists trying to expose wrongdoing. Okay. The Justice Secretary, Dominic Raab, now this is in the UK, who confirmed earlier this month that he would be bringing forward the proposal, said the government was taking action to end the bullying and protect free speech. So, yeah, there is the Ministry of Justice said wealthy, corrupt elites and powerful corporations have been put on notice by the government as it sets out plans to speed up changes to the rules on the so-called strategic lawsuits against public participation. Or, I kid you not, the acronym for strategic lawsuits against public participation, but they're trying to change, SLAPS. So they're trying to get rid of the SLAPS. It comes after Labor leader Sir Keir Starmer called on the Prime Minister to fast-track new laws to stop Russian oligarchs using their vast wealth and SLAPS to avoid sanctions and criticism through the courts. So, will they succeed? Will these new laws be brought into being? Now, there is a difference between defamation in cases in the US and defamation in the UK. Can somebody tell me, because whatever it is in the US, it's the opposite in the UK. So the burden of proof is on the complainant in the US, is that right? So defamation cases in the US.
About store.
Oh,
Gmail. Images.
that's just freaky.
Australia. Advertising business, how search works.
That is creepy. I hate it when my thing does that. So, will they succeed in the UK? 7, 8, yes. And they're going to get it passed through quite quickly. Yes. Because now if I'm getting this right, in the US, you have to prove that you've been defamed. Is that correct? Whereas in the UK, it's the opposite. The person being accused has to prove that they didn't defame. So I think that there's going to be a change there. Yes, it's definitely, it's going to be successful. The prosecution has to have proof. Where's that? Hang on. Oh, the Koch brothers, the one that's left. So I do think that they will be successful in doing that. Because what the oligarchs, they're trying to stop a lot of investigations and secrets coming out through investigative journalism. Hunter Biden correctly paid his taxes. You think? Of course he did. Okay. What will happen to the Koch brothers, the business, for staying in Russia? They're walking a very, very fine line here. I mean, there's pressure to pull out, but you don't have to. Nobody can force you to pull out, but they're walking a very fine line here. Why is it such a fine line? You either do or you don't. Why is it in their case such a fine line? If you don't pull out, you'll suffer the consequences. But here it's much more the Koch brothers business. Okay. The ties aren't just business ties, the ties to the government. They're very close ties. It's like I've used this before to say the ties there are very strong, much stronger. It's not as simple. They're like, you see how the bird is welded to the chalice and to the, so it's very much like they're welded to Russia. What will happen? Okay, support Russia, definite corruption with the King of Pentacles there, and their financial stability is going to be put to the test. There's a lot of murkiness here. Support, they're going to lose. If they don't, you see, they can't put sanctions on a company for not drawing out. But there are going to be some companies who invested who might withdraw their investments. So some of the support they get from home-based companies, they might lose that. Offers they don't want. Eight of Cups, people abandoning them. Eight of Wands, things happening very, very, very quickly at them. Out in the cold. Well, there's definitely going to be some consequences, but they are so huge, so big, and their tentacles are spread so wide. But I think they're going to find that some of the US-based companies and other companies might take their money out. So they're going to find themselves in a little bit of a frosty type of Siberia. But they've really painted themselves into a corner. Yeah. So, yeah, I do think there's going to be some consequences. Legal, no. But to their business, yes. Yeah. So, I've got a few more minutes, so I've got time for one more reading. Trump brags he threatened no protection from NATO just moments after Ukrainian president spoke to Congress. Will he reduce his donations to the GOP? Oh, interesting. Not really. Because to him, it gives him a hold over the GOP. He can set boundaries with them. He can use them to introduce his ideas. So, no, I don't think the GOP have much to worry about with him parting ways with them, because unless they refuse his donations, which they won't, because he uses that money to get his agenda done. So no, not really. Some people might have a rethink about taking money from him, but if it's there and they want it, he'll give it. So, yeah. Donald Trump. Oh, Mo Brooks is pissed off Trump. He's called him disappointing in Alabama Senate race. Oh, has Mo Brooks flipped on Trump? I just saw the headline. Trump calls Mo Brooks disappointing in Alabama Senate race. Oh my God, has Mo Brooks flipped on Trump? Let's have a read. Yes, he's thinking about his own self. Yep. He's saying, stuff the doctrine, stuff all the things I've been talking about. I've got to take the best opportunity for myself. So yes, the only reason Trump would dump on you is if you turned on him. So we'll do a couple more, have a look, run throughs. Yeah, the Japanese earthquake. Oh my goodness. The tsunami threat has waned, which is good. 2 people have died so far, but I think that's going to be more. Okie dokie. That's it for today, my darlings. Thank you to all those who joined while watching. And if you do want to join, like I said, there are perks. Every Monday to Friday, I do a 10-minute Hot Topics video. When I do pre-recorded videos, they'll be released a day or so early. So you can see them before other people. And exclusive posts in the comments, and also once a month, every last Friday of the month, you'll be able to do a live face-to-face with me. That means you can join in and talk to me face-to-face if you want. So yeah, and for a certain amount of time. So yes, I know Mo is part of the January 6th lawsuit. Yep. I don't think he can afford the money. He's doing it solely for himself. So yeah, if you want to join, yeah, go and look. I'll sort out the badges thing, because you guys should all have a badge with some footprints on it. So I'll see what I can do about sorting that out. Anyway, love you so much. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to all my lovely lurkers and people who are new, and to everyone who decides to watch on my videos later. I will be back on Sunday, and with a 3-hour session. And so stay safe, stay happy, stay loving, stay strong, and stay healthy. Love you all. Bye-bye. Domes up for Ukraine. Absolutely, Pamela. Bye-bye.